21st Century Players, in association with Open Road, present an audiocast of What Comes Next, or Meet the Duns. I'm Steve Labens, executive producer and a member of the ensemble.
I'm Lawrence Clavin, and I wrote the play, What Comes Next.
Our play takes place in the afterlife and is in 2 parts. And now, for your enjoyment, Part 1 of What Comes Next.
Oh no! For God's sake!
Thank you for coming, Guy. Finally.
Sorry, Doc. I overslept. I was having a dream.
Well, we were sitting around the circle saying what coming here means to us.
Swell.
Go on, Etta.
It's the lack of unhappiness. It's hard for me to express how strange it is. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this.
You see what you're doing?
What?
You're falling back into your old... You're...
Taking it away from myself.
Exactly.
I know. Even now, I just stopped myself from saying I used to be miserable.
At least now you know. That's the first step towards stopping.
That's true. It is.
And that's huge.
Congrats, Ella.
It's Etta, but thank you, Kleiner. Well, let me shout it then. I don't feel like shit. In fact, I'm having a lark.
Good for you.
Hallelujah.
I am on a toot.
Jesus Christ.
May I say something?
That's what we're here for.
Just 2 things. For me, it was the displacement, the sense of wanderlust. It would be a good thing, wouldn't it? Of being lost, of having no home. It made me very shaky. I found I slept a lot to escape it, but not anymore.
Oh, for God's
If we whisper,
sake.
could we?
Well, maybe we should move on if he's...
Was I out? I'm sorry. I'm drooling a little, so I suspect
It's
I was.
okay. Here's a tissue.
What's the
if
second
you-
thing?
Excuse me?
You said 2 things. We heard 1. What's the other?
I wasn't finished with the first one.
Great.
I was going to say, when I slept, of course, like everyone, I still dreamed. And my dreams were the same as they were before. So it's like I went from one dream to another. There was really no waking up.
Well put.
And that gets me to my second thing. I felt that I'd been left out in the open, animal-like, exposed prey. And that made me stutter a little. Right now, I'm avoiding certain words so I don't get tripped up.
Words like...
See, I can't.
Hey, it's okay. Take your time. Well, we all progress at our own pace. Now, Guy, would you like to say something?
No, not at all.
And why is that?
I'm only here because I got the text. I had no choice.
That's apparent.
Well, you say that as if it's a bad thing. What's better? Wanting to be here like these... Not being able to wait. They're the well-adjusted ones?
I never said that they were.
Whoever thought this would be a walk in the park? Since the start of time, people have been in this state and were, well, if not stoical about it, then sanguine? Is that the right word?
It's not important. I know what you're saying.
And now everyone is immediately taken in by this bogus attempt to assuage. This bone thrown to us. Crumbs, for Christ's sake. Well, I'm sorry. But we're dead, okay? We're not in Disneyland.
Oh, my God.
I can't listen to this.
That is too much.
If you don't mind, we like to refer to death now as life cessation, or LC for short. And we now call the dead Elsies.
Oh, that sounds good.
That's nice.
You've got to be kidding.
No, I'm not. But I'm interested in why you... Who's kidding? Who's a kid? A kid is a child, am I right? Oh, you don't want to answer.
Frog in my throat. Go on to someone else. It's someone else's turn.
I'm willing to wait while you... I can get you a gargle if you...
I don't want to hurt my vocal cords. I'm afraid for my long-term health.
So you just rather sit in silence
Not
than...
silence. It's noise absence now. N.A. for short.
Oh, he's a spoiler. He's causing me great agitation. You see? I almost stuttered on that last sentence when I said that.
It's like he's been put here to represent the old ways to experience this. I mean, the ways we've been trying to escape.
It's true. The old... Yeah, I haven't seen him smile once since he got here. He's not carefree. He's uneasy.
And we've had quite enough of uneasiness here, thank you very much.
I don't think this is the most constructive. Belle, we haven't heard from you. What do you think about him? Or, frankly, another topic.
Obviously, I don't know him, so I wouldn't presume to judge.
Really?
But given what I've heard from him, I'm not automatically inclined to condemn. Maybe it's good to get a different perspective on this experience.
Go ahead, everyone else does.
Look, this hasn't been easy for me either, and it's eternal, or as good as.
You're implying that you've had trouble.
Well, let's just say I'm as vulnerable as the next one. I took the opportunity to come here today as a relief.
It wasn't an opportunity, okay? It was a command. I read the text. Attendance mandatory.
That's true. I guess what I meant to say was a part of me welcomed it. That probably repels you.
Well, that's a little strong. I'm surprised. Let's put it that way. You seem more sensible than the rest.
Well, maybe I used to be when I was out there, but here it's hard to. Oh, it's partly panic. I won't deny.
Please speak to me, if you don't mind. He'll hear you.
Oh, all right.
Jesus! Excuse me for sitting here.
I'm glad to hear that this new program, created of course in response to everyone's complaints, is helping you, Belle. That's what we
Well,
want.
I wouldn't go that far. I just got here.
Not
and I
that
don't-
I'm an actual psychiatrist, though who knows what I am or what I was. I was just enlisted because my voice sounds compassionate and I wear a white coat well. But still, it's gratifying to hear that you're grateful.
Look, when they came to get me this morning, they didn't have to drag me. That's all. I heard they had some others. I sort of fell willingly into their arms, maybe passively.
Not at all.
And all through the interviewing process and assigning us to groups, I was hopeful.
That's what we want.
I didn't even hate the Hagen stamp. Felt it was more like a rock concert than
A concentration camp?
Exactly. I mean, it's temporary after all, isn't it? I can't seem to get it.
It confirms your attendance at each session and will become slightly lighter with time.
Really? I had no idea that I wouldn't be able to.
I like
Rub
it.
it.
I like it. It feels like belonging.
And the bright colors cheering.
So thank you for your testimony.
Well, I wouldn't call it that. I really won't come on.
And that's our session for today.
Already?
What do you mean?
We were just getting started.
Exactly. This was only your first session.
Well, when's the next one?
Someone will invite you to come.
You mean it won't be you?
Oh, you know that? Well, there's no way any of us can see the same people again. It'll be one of my colleagues. You'll be well taken care of.
But I want you.
Me too. I already feel dependent.
Good going. See what you've started?
Look, I can't. I only deal with the small things, the grains of sand.
Oh,
that...
thanks a lot.
Now we're grains of sand.
I wasn't calling you that. Okay, look. I'm going to give you a few exercises and affirmations.
Exercises?
That's it?
Let's just try them, all right? They'll only take a minute. Now, please stand. Guy?
I'll just observe. Thanks.
Okay, everyone else, place your hands at your sides. Now, close your eyes.
Trying to make it really
Now, relax your neck and roll your head slowly forward. Then roll to the left.
Like this?
Sort of. And to the right.
This is the most you're gonna get. Don't expect to get any more.
Shh. Now, as you roll, think of the words, "We're all in this together."
We're all in this.
Think, not say.
This is it. This is as deep as it goes.
Have you thought of them? Now, I'm going to say the first 4 words, and you'll come in on the last one. Out loud, I'll say, "We're all in this," and you'll say, "Together." And try to time the together on the final head roll.
Feeling better? It's working, isn't it? Enjoy.
Guy, I'm going to ask you to wait outside.
Could
If
we
you-
do this? I'm getting dizzy here.
All right, yes, let's start. All right. We're all in this.
We're all in this.
No, on the last word.
Weren't you listening?
That's all right. I think we've made a good beginning, and that's all we can ask. Enjoy.
I don't know if I can wait till next time.
Me either. Should we just hold him
Oh,
here?
yeah. I'll get his arms.
Better
and you
go,
grab
Doc.
it.
What?
Run while you still can.
Well, where do we go now?
Where do we ever go?
I enjoyed meeting you, Kleiner.
Me too. It's nice to know I wasn't the only one smiling.
There are going to be many more of us happy here, my friend. I mean, our numbers are going to grow. Times or whatever this is are changing.
Things are looking up.
Let's go somewhere else and feel better, okay?
I'm Belle. Your guy?
That's the name they gave me.
Me too, of course. Want to walk with me?
What would be the point?
Does there have to be one?
Why waste time? Death is short. Just a joke.
But do you really feel it? The way you did when we were alive? The same uncertainty and the fear of what comes next. It gave us a certain urgency, a reason to invent religions, etc. But here there's no hope of anything. After death...
There's no reason to feel anything. You're a perfectly pleasant-looking woman. Pretty, even. More than that. And I don't feel drawn. I can only admire you the way I might once have done a painting.
What kind? The one with all the drips?
No, you look like a lovely landscape. A pastoral village with women in wonderful smocks carrying water up from a well. And men who always look a little bit like trolls no matter how tall and attractive they are. And I can stand back and shake my head, staring at your chiaroscuros, whatever that means, and if they even had them in pastoral paintings. And that's all.
That's better than nothing.
No, nothing is what it is. So how can we do anything but suffer from it?
Isn't that what they're trying to eliminate now?
With what? Exercises and affirmations? Fittingly with our heads pointed at our asses. And Elsie's? Oh yeah, that fits. Like cows marching in a line, chewing on our cheeks and smiling. If cows could smile. That isn't therapy. Not like my own, such as it was one week when I was alive.
Wait! You mean you remember your life?
Maybe I shouldn't tell you this, but... Well, what the hell, I'll never see you again. You know our dreams. The one thing that weirdly remains? What do you think our dreams are? Fantasies? Sure, that's what they tell us, just so we don't start longing for what's in them that's gone for good. But I think our dreams are really our lives before we died.
But they're so... You mean when I was alive, a talking apple pie and I were two skydivers stuck together and we fell through a farmhouse into a giant pool where there were hundreds of tiny synchronized swimmers? And then suddenly Mark Twain and I were sixth graders playing dodgeball with live grenades. And then my right foot blew up into a blimp advertising something called ass oil, and it hovered over a giant tank of ravenous, singing sharks. Really? Now that was some life I had.
Well, I haven't entirely ironed out this idea, but I definitely think there's plenty of... Like last night, in my dream, I was a kid. And I was being mocked for crying by my father, who said I was his youngest child, even though I think I wasn't. I think I was in the middle, maybe. And afterwards, I had to stop walking in the street because I was crying too hard to continue. I had to stand faced away against a wall. And I was glad it was winter, so it would seem my tears were because of the cold and not be embarrassed. And it was just a shard, a flash of something, but it was a flashback. I'm convinced of it.
So alive. You were a sensitive person. You don't seem that way here. I mean, you popped right up dyspeptically in the meeting.
That's true. Maybe I'm this way here because of what happened there. Maybe it was a memory of someone else. And maybe I saw someone else crying in the street and it stuck with me, but... How did I know he was crying about his father? Well,
maybe it was just a dream.
I was so sure. This is me.
How can you tell?
My 128th step. I'd ask you in,
I
but...
understand. We walk together, after all.
Right. Look, I'm aware that the powers that be, whoever they are trying to cope with the new unrest, the dissatisfaction that's growing, but... They're just creating a new form of control. It's a can of worms.
Maybe times are changing.
Here? Forget it.
We're evolving here. Maybe that's a more exact term.
It would be the first time in human history. if human is even what we are now. It would be auspicious, if that's the word.
You must have been pretty articulate, too, when you were alive.
I still show a few signs of it here. Is that what you're saying?
Articulate and touchy. You shouldn't hide your light, Guy.
Not to be rude, but what can we actually do?
Just be together. I don't know. Maybe it's still an instinct.
That's a limb as dead as the rest of us. Don't trust it.
I never see the same man. I don't have to tell you and sing you. From one situation to the next today, I feel you're a friend. My best friend. I know it's absurd, but it makes me feel better. And isn't that good?
Well, no. Because what? Do we make love? Grab a bite? You know we need to do neither, and that's not much of a date.
I don't want a date.
So we would just wander together?
In so many words.
That wouldn't last. It never does. Eventually we drift apart. You know this. There's no need to be close to anyone. No cause for procreation, so there's no longer any love. This new bullshit bucking up creates a dangerous expectation. It's an opiate for the masses, as somebody once said. If you'd only relax, you'd see that the need would recede, because it can never be filled.
Why are you so wise?
I'm not. I just know what I can't have.
Okay. Well, bye then.
Bye. I won't miss you. I can't lie about that.
You might miss talking to me.
I doubt it. Right now, out there, people living are actually missing us. Missing us horribly in some cases, and we don't even remember who they are. And since every blink of our eyes could be a second or a century out there, everyone we loved could be long dead. Even the people who missed the people missing us are dead.
Well, time flew talking to you, that's for sure. We mingled for a whole millennium, maybe. I think one day you'll trust in the change. Some other woman will get the benefit and I'll have to be happy for her, but happy is what I'll be.
Well, that's the real dream.
Did you know the Navajo Indians never liked to finish anything? They always kept something missing at the end of everything they did when they told a story or sewed a garment. Because actually ending it was like death to them. They always retained a little life. Things that come back. It's funny, isn't it? Maybe I was an Indian. Or a cowboy. Anyway, I won't say goodbye.
Oh, no. For God's sake. Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me.
Do we have to call someone?
We'll have you thrown out of here.
Which is where exactly? And who are you?
I'm Kukla.
I'm Bo.
Look, we don't want to miss anything.
What would you be missing? That's all I'm asking.
Didn't you get the text?
You mean the new one? Yeah, I didn't read it.
Okay. Here we go. The show's about to start.
Who are they?
Two actors on a stage. They are pretending to be other people.
How wonderful! Bravo! Brava!
You know, I think I'm a little unnerved by this.
Yeah, me too. I don't know why. There's something about this I don't like.
Stop!
I can't believe you're in the dark.
What do you mean?
Don't you get it? They're walking around just like us. Watch.
He's right.
That's enough!
Stop!
They said this would be entertainment.
That wasn't entertainment.
That was truth!
We don't want to see that.
They said it would be, and I quote, sheer escapist fun. at the brand new distraction pit. Attendance mandatory, hand stamps required.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Where's the peck of
Wait,
pickled
they're
peppers?
starting again.
Well, let's see if we enjoy this more.
I must have you.
No, I must have you.
You are mistaken. I want you.
Then I guess it must be that I want you more.
That must be it.
Let's go someplace where I can start having you.
All right, as long as it's someplace where I can have you.
I thought we had agreed.
That's right. You'll have me. Let's go.
Okay, after you. How about here?
Looks fine.
Then here is where I will have you.
As long as you agree that I will have you.
I thought we had settled this.
Well, that's what you think, but
Oh, stop! Ooh, this is even
I
worse.
can't believe how bad that made me feel.
They were actually being
And
engaged.
moving forward.
Doing things.
Like-
It was like...
Oh, like when we were alive. It rubbed it in. It felt like, oh, what did we call that kind of story?
You mean with a slow-moving monster?
Who bit somebody in the neck?
And then turned into a werewolf.
Horror! That's what it was called. And that's what it felt like.
I can see they've got another hit on their hands.
What did they think they were doing showing that to us?
That's how they want to mollify us? Whatever that means.
Well, to be fair, as with the therapy, they were trying to help.
Oh, look who's an apologist.
Mr. Make Excuses.
Next you'll be saying you wrote and directed that.
Me? I had nothing to do with this.
Let's get him!
Hey, keep your distance. Look, it's starting again.
Come back here! Bang, bang!
You can't catch me!
Oh, if I do, you'll be sorry. Bang, bang, bang!
No, this is fantastic.
I agree, it's great. I'm completely enchanted.
It's lively and fast-moving.
and has no meaning.
Oh, bravo! More!
Bang, bang!
Oh, now they're gone. I have a funny feeling.
Me too. It's hard to put into words.
What are we going to look at now?
That's it.
I miss them.
Me too.
Jesus Christ.
What are we left with without them?
Just ourselves, what's in our own minds.
Remember how they used to just stand there?
And how they always did something to divert you.
That funny little smile she had on
Those
her
were the
face.
days.
There's nothing like that now.
Everything gets worse.
Name one thing that doesn't.
Well, if you liked it so much, why don't you, instead of bitching, put on a show yourselves?
What?
we couldn't do that.
We're not professionals.
Neither were they. They were probably chosen because they were exhibitionists and not incredibly ugly.
No, I'd rather just complain.
Me too.
You two would make me want to puke if I physically could.
You know, you're scoffing and being
It
negative.
diminishes our new, more happy state.
So shut up before
get
we...
your refreshments right here. Get your
Over
refresh.
here.
We'll take some.
Get your refreshments here.
Hey, it says to swallow these.
What? Why?
We don't need food.
And we don't get sick, so it can't be a,
Fever-reducing agent or whatever we used to call it, an Aspen.
I think I had one of those once. A fever. You feel hot to me. Some woman's lips were on my forehead.
It must have been wonderful.
Oh, it was.
Here, go ahead. You don't need water.
And remember water. It could be hot or it could be cold.
That was about it, wasn't it?
I think someone named Luke had some that wasn't either. It was,
Lukewarm.
That's right. It wasn't a man at all.
Amazing.
God damn it! Shut up!
You know what, fella? I agree with you now.
You do?
Yeah, me too. We've been foolish to be upset.
Why were we so dissatisfied with being dead? It's a way of life, like any other. Get it?
Good one.
Why were we so nostalgic? This is our plight, our predicament.
Our situation?
For lack of a more interesting word, and we should just endure it. Aimless, solitary wandering with no destination, no beginning or end.
Or middle.
Right. No memories, no drives or desires, no instincts, in other words, that give us the illusion of purpose. That was life. That's over. Good riddance to bad.
Rubbers.
I can't help feeling we're better off dead. And there's an expression I would trademark if we ever used or needed money.
How many of those pills did you take?
How many are in a bottle?
What? Holy shit!
I still have some left.
Oh, give this to
Oh,
me.
get your hands off
I
of me.
said give them
That's
to me.
enough! I'll hold on to them. Why are you sitting so close to me?
Why can't I sit where I want?
Because it makes me feel funny. Move over.
Maybe I like the way you smell.
I don't have a smell. No one does. There's no reason to attract anyone.
Maybe I like the way you smell if you had one.
Look, that's enough, all right?
Why can't we be friends?
Because there's no reason to be.
What if it made me happy?
It doesn't.
Things change.
No, they don't.
How about a hug?
What?
Just a quick one. I'll squeeze you very slightly and then withdraw.
Why?
Humor me.
No. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You happy now?
Yes.
Hey, those are the pills. My pockets are...
Hot dog, I got it.
Let's go. Come back here. Come back here with those. It won't help, you know. They're fooling you. It's just a dream.
Coming soon. Something else you'll really like.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
You'll never believe what comes next.
$126, $127, $128.
You are listening to the 21st Century Players audiocast of What Comes Next, or Meet the Duns.
Who are the Duns anyway? I guess that's what comes next. I hope you enjoy part 2.
I just had a dream. I was 10 years old, and my parents had sent me to summer camp to toughen me up. I watched as kitchen boys, who were from the local town and scary, stood by a body of water and caught fish by grabbing them with their bare hands and smashing them to death against the rocks. How their brains splashed out reminded me of a kind of painting, an anarchic, even ugly kind, done on the sides of walls and subway cars. It was called graphite or gravy or grave or... Anyway, this really happened. It wasn't just a dream. I have no doubt.
Go on.
Who are you?
I'm Moira, and I'm here to present our new program. It's designed to show that we've heard everyone, we're aware of the situation, and we're dealing with it. Apparently, I was chosen because of my bun-like hair and slightly dry way of speaking.
What? Oh, yeah, I get it. Well, you can save your time and your breath. I'm not one of these people who can be persuaded by your stupid, lulled into...
We're proud of the success of our pilot program of recommended therapy, entertainment, and pills. And we want to build on that success.
Recommended? Success? Do they actually
We're
think that I
expanding
could...
what we now call LC1 into new and improved LC2. And I think you'll like what you see.
Look, you don't have to just check my box or whatever. If there's any paperwork, I'd
Our
be happy
new,
to...
carefully considered expansion of benefits includes solace for each and every LC, making sure that intimacy and companionship are always available when you need them.
Am I hearing this correctly?
And a nurturing atmosphere can bloom under every roof. With LC2, we believe we have been responsive to your concerns and proactive in a creative way to address them.
To give everyone a false kind of comfort. They're providing, forcing everyone to have friends?
Not exactly, but I'm gratified that our communication has been successful. I'll pass along your very positive testimonial. You're now part of the Dunn family.
What? Oh, Jesus Christ.
The others should be here any minute.
The others? You mean there's going to be...
Yes, I'm the first member of your family to arrive, and let me tell you, Guy, it's absolutely wonderful to see you again. Give me a hug.
No! How exactly are we related?
I'm your twin sister.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Hey, fella! Guy!
And what's your story?
Is that any way to greet your son? I'm, little Timmy. Give me a hug.
Get off of me! Look, didn't anybody proofread your
I
assignments
only
before
know
you got...
well, there's nothing more than what I've already read out to you.
Forget it. Far be it from me to expect any independent
Let me
thinking
just say
on your
hello
part.
to my,
Twin sister.
What?
Oh, sorry. I'm his twin sister, so I must be your...
Aunt!
That's right.
Oh, it's so good to see you again. Well, this is quite the reunion. Or are we supposed to be meeting for the first time? Well, now wait, that wouldn't make any sense.
Well, why start now? It's the first time we're meeting, yet we've known each other all our lives.
Well, now that would describe family, wouldn't it?
Exactly. It's always new, yet always age old.
My God.
Dad, I'd tell you to shut the fuck up, but I have to respect my elders. So would you please tell your fraternal
Identical.
Of course.
brother to shut the fuck up?
Howdy!
And who are you supposed to be?
Hello, son.
This is such an incredible cock-up.
Watch your language, young man. That's no way to talk to your pop.
Look, don't fool yourself that this is going to continue.
Hey! This isn't an option. You know what I'm saying? This is like a law.
And what are they going to do if I say no? Kill me?
We don't know. That's the beauty of it.
I think I can deal with the uncertainty.
Yeah, can you? I never can. It makes me shaky. I mean, at least I knew life would end, but does death? That's where they get you. In fact, I'm frightened now. Hold me, Pappy.
That's enough. In fact, that's enough from all of you. Get out!
What? Are you expecting company?
Or maybe you've got something better to do.
Maybe we weren't clear. You're stuck with us.
Right. Now, it's either time to get up or go to bed. Either way, it's time to eat.
Eat? What? Since when?
It's important that a family has meals together. That's what they told us. That's how we bond.
And breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Unless it's dinner.
Right. But that's a big one, too.
Okay, here we go. Dig in.
What is this?
The can just says food.
That's good enough for me.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Bon appetit.
Well, my compliments to the chef.
Exactly.
I only opened a can.
Judas Priest!
Holy mackerel!
Now, that wasn't necessary.
Okay, maybe we went a little overboard in enjoying the food, but maybe we can be linked by our nausea, okay?
Right, we can share the same upset stomach.
Because we're family, and that's what families do. Now put her there.
Hand over hand.
How about it, guy?
Put her there.
Okay.
Watch out! He's got a fork!
Hey, stop, little Timmy!
Hey, what am I doing? I'm already dead.
That's right. What were we
Oh,
thinking?
old habits die hard, so to speak.
That felt fantastic. Oh, why didn't I ever think of this before? Maybe because I've never been able to just kill anyone before.
Yeah, but where did it get you? It was a non-starter.
Oh, no, it wasn't. It's a whole new ball game. See, in my dreams, I should say my memories, the fact that here, in this place, I can with total impunity slaughter my entire family and have it be as symbolic and innocent as wacka whatever it was at the county fair? Oh, well, this is fucking fantastic. This was a great idea after all. Dad, Sis, come here. It's time for a family conference. From now on, we're going to be very happy together.
Really?
Why the change of tune?
Yeah, just wait.
Daddy's talking now, big boy. I would say I was being silly before, but I was ignorant of the answer. So how could I have acted otherwise? I absolve myself of all blame, and the new regime starts now.
Great.
Good news.
Just wait.
One more word and you're grounded. Now come here for a hug. You too, little Timmy.
Yeah, all right. Oh, he's strangling Pop-Up.
Get him off of
I
me!
tried to tell you.
No better feeling in the world.
Holy camole! That's some grip! What'd you want to kill your old pop-up for?
Because I could. If people out there only knew what they could do to their families once they were dead, everyone would commit suicide. There'd be no space on the Brooklyn Bridge. Cars and bikes would be backed up into the borough. The East River would be so filled with face-down, bobbing corpses, there'd be no room for the water.
I don't think this was what they had in mind when they invented the family idea.
Definitely not. I'm gonna have to send you to bed without supper or whatever that shit was we were eating.
What are you looking at, Moira? Go ahead. Take your best shot. And I mean that literally.
I'm not here to harm you. I'm here to help.
You wouldn't be harming me, and you'd be helping yourself. Take the fork.
Oh, no matter what your family does, they're still your family.
That's just what they told you to say.
You're my twin, and that's a bond that nothing can break.
Just, here, use a Western grip. Give it a little push. A flesh wound, that's all I'm...
No! Don't play with a fork. It's dangerous.
Just a little twist in the flabby part of my gut, almost like a pinch.
Stop.
We'll do it. Grab the utensil.
Got it. Hold his arm.
This isn't as good as Moira. You guys don't remember. You just
Stay
hate me.
still.
Stick a fork in him. He's done.
Done what?
Just do it. In the gut.
Oh!
In the throat.
Oh my God! Stop!
It felt good. Right? Right?
Not really.
So.
We must have come from happier homes.
I think it's time for lunch. Or dinner. Or whatever it is.
Make sure it's more disgusting gruel. We can never get enough of that. It's strange, but I don't know if any of you had this experience, but after you killed me, I had a little, well, I won't say vision, but an idea of what I went through when I actually died.
Really?
That's impossible.
Don't listen to him. It's another joke. Kids today, they don't take anything serious.
No, I hate to waste this insight on you, but I sort of remembered it. I had just hung up the phone after speaking to my parents. I think I was drunk, and I was an adult, and so too old to be still so affected by their undermining of me, and maybe mortified by my lack of achievement in life. And after this call, I felt so agitated that I took one of the pills I usually took to sleep. The Xanax, or the Klonopin, or the Valium, or the Oxycontin, or the Percocet. But I still couldn't sleep, so I kept taking them until I took them all. Soon all I could see were things blurred. Behind pebbled glass, was that what it was called? And I heard vague voices, maybe cops or paramedics. Anyway, then I died. Then I came back to life here, in a way where I was dead.
Why go on? We have no idea what you're saying.
Speak for yourself. I'm kind of getting a glimmer of what the guy's getting at.
I think my dreams are really memories. And when you killed me just now, what I saw was the same thing. Please, I want to see more of me. Could you do me a favor and kill me again?
After all the abuse you heaped on us, please, I wouldn't give you the satisfaction.
How about you, buddy? It won't take but a minute. Couldn't you just...
Yeah, it's funny. I don't feel the anger anymore. It wouldn't be heartfelt.
Why don't you just, and I mean this in the nicest way, kill yourself?
Yeah. Like when we couldn't get laid when we were alive. Hey, we always had an option, right? Hey, you moved your hand like this or like that. I don't, I can't remember. I mean, that's all you're doing now anyway.
Come on, everyone. Supper. Or brunch. Or soup's on, figuratively.
Let's go!
Last one out was a rotten
leg.
Something. Come on.
Okay. It'll have to be me. In the throat or in the gut? Oh! Oh! Hey,
Jeez, you scared me.
sorry.
You gonna pull out your fork?
What? Oh, yeah, sorry. Done and done. You're a little late, aren't you?
How do you mean?
I mean, this meeting was called for a lot earlier. The whole mishpacha,
I don't know.
It's another language for family. Funny the things you remember. Anyway, who are you? Oh, you're my elderly uncle. Infant daughter, what?
No. I'm, at least what they told me, I'm your boarder.
What? For real?
Well, that's
You're
what it
kidding
said.
me.
That's what it said. My induction, right? Like I've been drafted.
Well, that's a new wrinkle.
Where? That's just a smudge, not a...
No, it's a figure of speech.
No. You know, I wasn't too quick on the uptake when I existed. Now, with all the stuff falling out of my head like bread from a stolen bakery truck, it ain't gonna get much better.
I'll try to express myself less idiomatically.
Thanks. I think. Where's the best place to bunk?
I don't know. I probably should ask the others, but what the hell do I care? Crash where you want.
Next to you, okay?
Yeah, whatever, as long as we're not related.
I'm Gurley. I mean, that's the name they gave me.
A guy, and you know, me too. Not to be impolite, but whatever.
Why the hell am I here?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, as far as I can tell, it's because of what's going on out there.
And what's that?
I guess you don't get much news here. See, time moving like it does, it's a whole other historical period now. There are just so many more dead people now. So it's an overcrowding issue. At the processing center after the exit interview, it was so chaotic. I got a fuzzy picture of a train station around holiday time with all the trains stuck because of snow and big backups.
I can imagine.
So they just higgledy-piggledy said go any place just to keep the line moving. Usually, and this is what someone said they used to do, and maybe you could confirm, they make sure no one here is connected, that no one sees someone they might remember they hated or, God forbid, loved when they were alive, to avoid a connection and any expectation of what comes next. That's what someone said.
And they didn't steer you wrong.
Well, now, with all the numbers of the newly dead, they can't afford to take that into consideration. I mean, you should have seen the speed at which that lady behind the desk was assigning us.
Really? To make everybody happier after therapy, pills, and entertainment, they've been giving everyone here families. We're the Duns.
And how's that working out?
Not too well. And now their little plans have been torpedoed. That gives me pleasure.
I can see that. You seem kind of self-sufficient. I mean, what's that old Ollid word?
Solid.
Solid, you know, like a statue or a wooden Indian, like that.
Oh. Well, yeah, maybe. Hey, everybody, whoever the hell you are. Dad, sis, son, come out here.
I'm coming. Keep your shorts
What's
on.
up?
Who's?
Meet our guest.
Guess.
What do you mean?
Is that covered in the notes?
I wouldn't think so, unless you've got some kind of amalgam.
Pudendum.
Amendment.
Right. That would explain what's going on.
I don't see any guests mentioned in
It
these
doesn't
notes.
matter. Long story short, she's here because there's been a backlog of the dead, and she's staying. Well, what are you waiting for? This is Gurley. Welcome her.
But we were such a happy little band.
No, we weren't.
I worry that we won't be as close.
Right. Exactly. And that's what's good about it.
I thought that killing himself might calm him down.
He's as bad as he was. He's worse.
I heard that. Look, you've all got no choice, so rise to the occasion. Pardon the pun.
Well, all right.
If you say so.
Still doesn't seem right.
Thanks for sticking up for me.
That was only to insult them.
Is that right? No other reason.
Well, I don't know. To be honest, it's funny. You look kind of familiar.
Well, I guess it's time for bed. I've had a long trip.
Yeah, Bush too. I can barely keep my eyes open.
I feel refreshed.
Me too. Just now, I had a dream. I'm in my 40s and in a lounge in the lobby of a fancy hotel in New York. I'm sitting beside my elderly and wealthy mother. Oh, I hate her. Yet I'm still on her tit, financially speaking. And I'll need her inheritance after she's gone. She's criticizing me at such length that all I can do is ply her with drinks so she becomes stoned and fuzzy enough that she can't finish what she's saying and tilts over to one side of the banquet that we're sitting on, like she's dead with her eyes open, and emits a high-pitched hum. A waitress asks if we want another drink. My mother whispers no, but I say yes, hoping to ease her into total and utter unconsciousness. And right after the waitress walks off, a family passes through the lobby. They're from out of town. It's a mother, a father, and a daughter. She's about 18 and good-looking in an overtly sexual way, a way I'm sure that her parents can't police no matter how hard they try. And as her parents go on ahead, the girl turns back and shoots me a look of such obvious and bald, erotic interest that I can only stare back at her, mesmerized, over my mother's gently bobbing head, which is moving now in a rhythm to a song only she can hear. And then the girl turns away and follows her parents. The elevator doors close, and she disappears. I never see her again, but I can't stop thinking about her, at least until the incident inevitably fades beneath a flood of other everyday events, some as, if not more, erotic.
That's the whole thing? Aren't dreams meant to be more odd? I mean, not to be insulting, but that seemed pretty straightforward. More like a...
memory.
Right. Than an actual dream.
Exactly. Well, that's what it was. I'd been meaning to mention it. I'm sure now that my dreams are my memories.
Really?
Yes.
Well, but what made it so memorable? I mean, people give sexy looks to each other all the time, especially when they're young and alive.
Well, you might have, girlie.
How do you mean?
It was you. Don't you see? You in that lobby. You who were bored or hostile on what was maybe the last family trip of your adolescence. And you who saw a man fulfilling a similar obligation years later on maybe the last such event of his adult life. You're about 15 years older now. So I guess you died when you were 33 or 4. But you're not unrecognizable. You said they're not policing the people from our pasts now. I sort of know you.
Now you're dreaming.
I was afraid you'd say that.
I mean, suck the other one, or whatever that expression was.
It's true. I know it's true because... And I've never told this to anyone. Never trusted anyone enough to, but I try to live in my dreams. I try to live there in my life as if this is the dream, the nightmare, and that's the reality. Have I succeeded? Not so far. But now I don't need to. Because when I woke up just now and saw you, it wasn't that much worse.
Maybe you're right. Maybe when I mentioned seeing a train station all those people made to wait, milling, maybe I was headed to New York as a girl, at the end of being a girl. Maybe it was me and my mother and father who took a train in a snowstorm to New York. And after we arrived, we passed through that lobby, and I saw you. And I was taken by an older man, or maybe excited that you were taken by me. Maybe we shared, as you said, some sense of being suffocated by our situation, felt identically dismissed, despite the differences in our ages. Or maybe I was just restless and perpetually aroused at 18. I can't pretend I was haunted by it. I was young, after all, and that flood, as you put it, of competing erotic events is so much stronger when you're young. But maybe I saw you. I remember or imagined that I did.
They've tried to stupefy us with pep talks and pills and puerile, pukey entertainment to have us sleep without dreams. A double death. But it's too late. We're awake. There's a connection between us now. And so there's a risk something will happen.
Do you want to have sex?
Yes. It's so strange. Like waking up and finding out that you're fluent in French, that you always were and you had no idea.
Nobody else can do it here.
I've heard tell about people like me. I'm still a little alive. Well, that's why my dreams are... I still have a little past and a little self. You ignited it. The way a cigarette sets off a forest fire. You flicked your smoldering butt at my old dry wood. And now no one can put us out.
You're like a singing and tap dancing scarecrow, I suddenly remember. I mean, did I see him in a movie or did I date him? Anyway, he was on fire too.
The need to be known by others. All the weeping and whining of those here was just their desire to be coddled and pampered and placated. Now, that's different from being known. That's being spoiled, a one-way street. But being known, well, that's like being loved.
Love. You said
It's
love.
the first time anyone's ever uttered that word here. No one's ever needed to before. Because they've never had the feeling the word describes. Oh, now they'll all want me. The old man, the little boy, the woman. And they'll be just the beginning. I'll become the whore of the dead.
I think you're getting a little ahead of yourself.
Maybe, but no one can ever know. This must be just our secret.
Soup's on, or whatever. Ah!
I have a strange feeling our secret's out.
Oh, my God.
Holy camole!
Did you see what Dad and that lady were doing? They were smooching.
Grow up, goddammit!
My face!
Oh, my groin!
Would you two cut it out? You're distracting me from what I really should be outraged about.
Well, I guess there's no hiding what's happened, is there, girlie? We're old friends who've become something more. See? I'm still a little alive.
Alive?
Jesus fucking
Oh,
Christ!
get him! The big shot. Mr. Exists.
Here, let me help you with that.
It's all right. Keep your seat, you.
Look, I hope you don't mind that I love her.
Love? You are alive. No wonder you haven't killed her. What? Is killing too good for her? Is it sunshine, huh?
Back off! Something tells me I was a tiger when I was alive. I bite, baby. I bite.
That's enough, you two.
We need more gruel.
Maybe I can help you ladle.
Oh, right. Come on.
How well do you know this gal, laddie?
Just stay out of my shit, okay?
You might be making a horrible mistake.
Go to hell. And even if we're already there, go to here.
You're not too big to take over my knee.
Give me your best shot, old man. Right here, right now. Let's go.
Ah, you're willing to fight for her, boy? That's all I wanted to know. You're a grown man. And your son needs you now.
Oh, what's wrong, little Timmy?
Nothing.
Wouldn't you like to have a mother?
You mean girlie?
Yeah.
Well, I do think she's real nice.
She thinks you're nice, too.
She does?
Sure. Why not?
Come and get it!
It looks almost the same as the other slop.
Yeah, but it's a little... there seems to be a little more zip in the presentation.
Right. It's frothier.
Exactly.
You really have to stare to see it.
Still, if you make the effort...
Again.
Hey.
I don't get
It's
it.
actually good.
I'm so glad.
Oh, Girlie did this.
It's her doing.
She brought music back into the house. Oh, like an old movie that I think starred a mountain and a man named Lederhosen.
Yeah.
Group hug, Duns? Change isn't easy,
Change. Is that what we're doing?
apparently.
I just remembered something from yesterday or 10 years ago. Some other woman will get the benefit. And I'll have to be happy for her. That's what she told me.
Who?
Belle. She thought the change would come from someone else.
Well, time for bed again, I guess.
Come on, everybody. everybody. Let's give them their space.
Hey, what's the matter?
I don't know.
That's the first time anyone's ever vomited here. What could have caused it?
Well, what do you think?
I have no idea.
You don't. It's the most basic thing there is. The most basic and the most beautiful.
That's impossible.
Who says?
Any kind of common sense.
Well, it was ridiculous enough that we could do it, right? Why would it be any more unlikely that I would be pregnant? It's not like you were being careful or anything.
Oh, now it's my fault? Excuse my ardor.
You smell just great suddenly. Come here.
That's not what I meant.
This is no time for our first fight.
But there has to be an explanation of how an indisputably dead woman would be able to give birth.
There's your answer. I'm not dead either. Not completely, not anymore, because you're not.
Looking at you now, you remind me of a painting, the kind they used to call a still life. It was a picture of a banana or something just sitting there, but the more you stared at it, the more it seemed to shift and show you things. The more it changed, even though it appeared to be always staying the same.
I remind you of a picture of a banana.
Oh, never mind. Who knows what the others will want from us now? We'll have to hide it from
Hide
them.
what?
Yeah, from who?
Who's got something to hide, and where were they
I
even?
think I know.
Do you? Am I glowing?
No, you're a little green. Oh my gosh! Congratulations, girlfriend!
Thank you.
It is so awesome.
What is?
What's going on?
What do you think?
Break it to him, all right? I think he's old enough.
Oh, we're gonna be a father. I'm gonna be a brother. I'm gonna have a sibling who'll be born dead.
Hey, you two, don't be happy so hard. If we lose it, we never know when we'll get another.
Oof.
Whoa, look at that belly. You're pretty far
Maybe
along.
you better sit down.
Or lean on me.
No one takes care of you like your family.
We're going to be fine.
Uh-oh.
What's that?
Maybe Guy and I could be alone for a minute.
Sure. Come on, you two.
Look,
What does it say?
apparently there's no precedent. I have to be what does called on the carpet mean?
Nothing good.
I have to report to...
Where? The center? The original holding pen or whatever that was?
Do you recognize this address?
No. It might be just a slap on the wrist.
You think?
Well, they wanted us to be happy, didn't they?
Yes, and we were doing all right.
We were doing too well. Maybe that's the reason. We loved each other more than death.
Something tells me you might have to imagine what happens to me. I won't be coming back to say.
I suddenly think so too. Maybe they'll just send you far away, where I can't find you, and the baby, too, would be...
Well, look at you. You're crying. There's a first time for everything.
It's another side effect of being a little alive. It feels so strange and scary. Jesus Christ, I can't stop.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
I'll miss you.
Where's Mommy going?
Same place we are.
What?
It's addressed to all of us.
Let me see that. It's over.
It is?
Yeah.
Just when I was getting used to being a granddad.
Should we talk to him or?
Nah, leave him be.
It was a lot easier when he was stabbing and choking us.
True that.
Hey, where are they
Well,
going?
first in, last out.
You mean that's it for the Duns?
Apparently.
I never thought I'd be saying this to you, but I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be. It's okay. We all did what we could to cope.
Too bad we never had a chance to talk until now, when it's too late.
Things happen when they happen. I'll be late.
So are you off to find another family? Is that how they're going to handle this?
Oh, they're going to try something else to keep everybody happy. They're going to introduce pieces of green paper and shit you don't need that you can get with it.
Huh.
Oh, and out there the situation's stabilized, so we're back to normal numbers of the dead again.
I see. I wonder over how many centuries or seconds.
We'll never know. Well, wish me luck on my wandering.
Good luck. I'd say sis, but that would be sentimental.
Yeah, it would. Bye, bro.
Oh, what will I do without love now that I've known it?
Do what everyone else does out there. Suffer!
Heat to 250 degrees. 10 minutes, then season to taste.
Hey. It's good. It's still good. Hey. Isn't that Belle? Oh, how am I seeing her again? Or Girlie? Or is it somebody new? Hey! Hey! Oh, she can't hear me. Hold on! Hold on! I'll walk until I reach you! I'll get there. I'll get there. I've got all the time in the world. This is like that thing the Navajo Indians did. They never had anything completely end, because that would remind you too much of... They always retained a little life. They said to end things in the middle, so you...
What Comes Next is an audiocast of 21st Century Players. The playwright is Lawrence Clavin. The producers are Steve Labens and Lisa Hotzel. The director is Martin Blank. Sound design is by John Lofton IV. Music was composed by Jer Fitzgerald. Graphic designs are by Pat Perry Burgess. The ensemble players were Crystal Swan, Michael Replogle, Slice Hicks, Lisa Hotzel, and me, Steve Labens. For more information on what comes next, as well as 21st Century Players, find us online at www.21stcenturyplayers.com.